Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today's topic I want to talk about is my Michelin Commander 3s and my review on them so far, and additionally maybe some mistakes that I had made that hopefully this video will help you not make the same mistakes that I did. As I'm talking in this video, and what I just said probably got drowned out by that exhaust, but anyway, let's get to it. Let's get to riding, and let's roll that intro. Hey, what's up everybody, and like I said, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Today's topic I would like to talk about is these Michelin Commander 3 cruiser specific tires that I have for my 2016 Indian Scout 60. Okay, so right now I've got around 10,000 miles on these tires. Here's my opinion on them. They have been excellent tires. They grip really well in various types of traction, whether it's dry, wet, etc. I am very pleased with them. There are some things about them that I will say specifically, or that's some other factors as well, but I have noticed that I do get a little bit of vibration. I mean, it could potentially be the suspension. Now, as I'll talk about right now that I have the suspension on this bike, is the only thing I've added suspension wise to this bike currently is these progressive fork springs. And I did increase the oil weight viscosity on them. I'm actually running a 20 weight oil, which was what was recommended. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm still running the stock rear shocks, stock rear suspension. Now there are some things you can do to tweak that a little bit. You can, tighten up the shock compression on the spring and things like that. It also depends on your weight as well. I'm not a very heavy guy, so I would say that if you're under 190, 180 pounds or so, you could probably get away with the stock suspension. I've been riding this bike, I'm probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 175 to 180, maybe less, I don't know, just give or take. But I'm gonna say that if you're like around 200 plus pounds and you're riding this Indian Scout like myself, you probably want to opt for some type of aftermarket suspension, at least in these model years, 2015 to 2016, etc. I think that they started making some improvements in the 2017 and above, where they started going to a different type of shock, and that supposedly helped to a point, but even then you probably want to look into an aftermarket shock. So like I said, whether that makes your ride quality better versus the tires, I can't really say. But I mean, this bike, I'll tell you honestly, when I'm on a road trip with this bike and I've got it loaded down, it does excellent. It does great with these tires. I mean, they're smooth, they do great. 10,000 miles on them, perfecto. All right, so in the part of the intro of the video, I wanted to talk about a mistake I made. Okay, a mistake I made involving these tires. So you all know that you all know that I've been talking about getting ready to go on a road trip this summer, going to the back of the Dragon, the tail of the Dragon, Dragon Week, as some of us other motor vloggers have mentioned it. I'm kind of looking at things with my bike and making sure everything's in order and making sure that I've got it ready to go. And I was taking a look at the tires, and it got me a little concerned on these tires myself initially, looking at the front and just making sure there wasn't no cupping in the rear or anything like that. And looking at the front, I was noticing that the bike the tire was getting a little more wore down on the left side. So I was like, okay, should I replace them, before this trip? I mean, how good are they? So, what I did was, I talked to some friends online, and some of them told me that, hey, this tire is, looking at the pictures, there's nothing wrong with the tire. But not listening and making that mistake, as I mentioned, and I'll fess up to it. I took it to my local mechanic and I said, hey, I want to go ahead and get some tires. I want to get the Commander 3s again, and let's do that. So he went ahead and ordered them from the local distributor, and I went and dropped the bike off here the other day. The next morning, my mechanic calls me, and I'll give a shout out to my local dealership. It's not an Indian dealership. It's Valley MotorSports here. I'll give a shout out to them. I'll throw a link down in my description. They're just a small Kawasaki Polaris dealership. They don't sell Indians, but they work on the off-road ATVs, side-by-sides of Polaris, etc., things like that. So I took my bike there the other day and had they let me know, hey, the tires are in. So I took it there. He calls me the next morning, and he's like, what makes you think you need new tires? And I said, well, I was a bit concerned with the tread on the left side. And he said, well, of course he said, well, sir, your wear bar indicators look fine. He's like, these tires have several thousands of miles left on them. I mean, I don't see a necessity that they need to be changed. And I said, well, I'm getting ready to go on a trip, I told him, and I said, I just want to make sure that everything's okay. And he said, yeah. He said, the way these tires are made, he said, they're probably they're probably about halfway worn. They got a lot of life left in them. I said, okay. I said, do you feel pretty comfortable with them? And, I myself can only make that choice. But he said, yeah. He said, I feel pretty confident in these tires. He said, they got a good amount of life left in them. I said, all right. I said, I appreciate your honest opinion about it, and helping me save some money as well. And he said, absolutely. So they went ahead and he said, we can hold on to these other tires for you, and come into the riding season or etc., or maybe when you get back from your trip, if you decide you want to put them on, then let me know. I mean, but I was like, that's great. It's nice to have an honest mechanic that can give you a good opinion and a professional opinion on, is it worth making an investment on something that might not be necessary. And it's good to have friends out there that can also, give you their opinion and be like, hey, this might not be necessary. And it was my fault for not listening to that. I was glad to get the opinion of my mechanic and being able to, see what he said about them and what he thinks and everything. And I mean, if I would have done it different, should I have took the bike in and said, hey, take a look at these tires and let me know what you think? Maybe I should have done that instead. I might have made a mistake there just to save the time of getting these tires in and things like that. I mean, but it is what it is. So, I'm sorry that was kind of a long drawn out story about it, but if you really want to know what I think of these tires, I mean, I like them a lot. They've served me really well. I mean, putting 10,000 miles on it. I've been to multiple van trips with them. I've been to Ohio 99, Ohio, clocked quite a few miles on these, and these being the cruiser style tires, I expect that you're not going to get like the type of mileage you would get out of a touring style tire. Like, I mean, Commander 3s do sell a touring style tire, but that's probably more for your bigger, larger touring bikes. But with the Scout having the smaller platform, the cruiser style, it's meant more for traction and cornering, things like that you want to have in a type of tire like this. But it definitely can get you the miles that you need out of it. So I'm very happy with them. So that's my little rant and my review of the Michelin Commander 3s. I hope this video is helpful, and I hope y'all have a fantastic day and get out and get some riding as well. It's a beautiful day. Hope it's beautiful where you are as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.